Well, it looks like there has been a lurker sneak here. Those lurkers are out of range here of a lot of zealots, but quite a few zealots are being hit here. So I think the Rock is actually in pretty big trouble here. That cannon was a little bit out of position. He needed another cannon down there by his natural. These zealots are in super danger here. I'm not sure why he's keeping them there. He needs to run them back. And he's finally running them back there. Here comes a big battle. A ton of Corsairs in the middle here. Those Corsairs are going to chase back the Mutalists. But if there's enough Hydras here, this is not going to look good for YellOw. But YellOw's going to lose a ton of Overlords here. All the Rock has to do is focus on these. He has a ton of Corsairs. Scourge coming in left and right. So his Corsair count might be picked off very soon. And a counterattack from YellOw, so YellOw is going super aggressive right now. He's going to come in from the main. There's the Corsair. Corsair spots that single Corsair. Here comes the new Nexus. Ooh, and I think that YellOw is going to be able to take this out. The Corsairs are coming back to defend it, but YellOw is causing so much damage here, and he's running in Zerglings to try to pick off this new Nexus. Such a weird unit composition from the Rock, and YellOw pretty much has all of the units, all of the basic level lair units that a Zerg can have. He has Zerglings running around, he has some Hydras to help pick off those Corsairs, and he has plenty of Mutalisks around, but look at all these Corsairs. Those Corsairs are going to do a good job of defending the main from the Rock. The Rock really needs this expansion to go up, though. He is building a cannon there, I assume, right next to that Nexus. He's going to need probably a few more cannons to deal with the amount of Mutalisks here. He has a ton of Corsairs, but if one of his bases comes under fire, it's going to take him a while to run those Corsairs back. Yep, there's a cannon coming up. And, there's spore colonies through here, so I think the Rock is being a bit too aggressive here, a bit too cavalier. He's losing a lot of Corsairs, trying to even out the count here and take out those Overlords. But here comes YellOw. He's picking off that Reaver. He's going to be able to do it pretty easily. There is no shuttle there at all to help that Reaver out. Pretty big cost, though. I think there's only one or two more Mutalisks there for YellOw. And now YellOw is going in with a mixed group of Hydras and a couple Lurkers, I believe. Lurker's probably going to be very effective. There's still not much here in the way of detection. There's a couple cannons. Those cannons can be picked off if YellOw focuses here. YellOw just trying to do some picking off units here left and right. He's moving in when he can, but that Reaver is going to cause him a lot of troubles, I think. The Rock is finally getting his expansion up and running, and YellOw is getting his third base up, I believe, down there at the 5 o'clock position. Ooh, 2 spore colonies, so YellOw is definitely prepared for any more Corsair harassment. I have a feeling that the Rock is going to kind of switch away from Corsairs at this point, though. He has one Reaver out. It's kind of weird that he only has one Reaver and no shuttles to protect his front. Corsair is still floating around, so I think that YellOw probably needs a few more Scourge to make this less of a threat to him. These 2 spore colonies are probably going to defend these Overlords just fine. The Rock is backing off with his Corsairs, although he is getting a full scout here. He's going to see this next base coming up. Although, really, the Rock doesn't have much in the way of ground forces here. He has a ton of Corsairs, and he can do a lot of damage with those, but he only has a few Zealots and a couple of Reavers on the ground, and those are used to defend his base, so he needs to get a bunch of gateways out and really amass some troops if he wants to think about taking this game. Another photon cannon coming up. He's going to need that to see those Lurkers that are right behind his base. Not sure what YellOw's waiting for here with those Lurkers. He might be thinking about doing a flank. Oh, he's going back with this entire army of Hydras, it seems. He's going to try to attack from the back. This is going to be spotted by the Rock. He sees those Hydras coming around his base. And there are some Lurkers over there to fall back to. So he might be able to break into the natural expansion here. He's really going to have to focus on those Reavers, though. Those Reavers are very good at taking out a large Hydra army. Looks like he might be thinking about coming in here, though. He's filling up his Overlords. He might be thinking about doing some drops here. And since he took out an Observer, I'm not sure how many other Observers the Rock has here to deal with any kind of a lurker drop. Oh, a Dark Templar eating into one of Yellow's bases. But Yellow's thinking about dropping here. Yeah, that base down there might go down. Lurker's coming in now. One lurker is going to bury there, and it looks like the Rock has nothing to see this lurker with over here. That's going to cause him troubles for a long time, but so is this Dark Templar down here at the 5 o'clock position. Hydra's coming into play. Speed upgraded Overlord is going to be able to defend off against that. I know some of you think that defend off is not a real phrase, not English, but who cares? I'm using it anyway. Just like the StarCraft color peach. I don't say peach, I say beige. Oh, this is a major intercept from the Rock. He is storming all over the place, trying to get rid of these lurkers. Nicely placed, dropped lurkers there. Man, the Rock just has... Where are his observers? Oh, there's the observatory, but his observers aren't in here. Where's his observers? He's not seeing anything here. The Hydras are going to probably decimate this main because the Rock can't move down with those lurkers in the area. He's trying to storm them to get rid of them, but still there's one lurker left over there. Forge goes down. We'll see what else goes down here. This is looking pretty bad for the Rock right now. That lurker behind the mineral line is still there. That's been there for a while. And now the Hydra's coming in, going to pick off that Templar Archives. That's going to hurt the Rock a lot. This is looking pretty bad for the Rock. He's finally bringing in some troops to deal with this. I don't know where the Rock's troops are. He has Archons here, but it's just really, really weird play from the Rock so far. He just had minimal troops on the ground and went for a ton of Corsairs. And he still has his ton of Corsairs around here, but he's not going to get anything done. There are Hydras all over the place. Yellow still has his third base, and he's adding to his third base right now with a hatchery, I believe. Didn't get to see what that new building was, but I think it's time for the Rock to go into macro mode here. He needs another base, and he needs some more troops out to deal with what Yellow has. Yellow has a ton of troops around the map. Yellow, it looks like he's thinking about doing another drop as well. The Rock once again trying to even things out by taking out Overlords. And he's finally getting a big enough army out here, I think. Just Reavers without shuttles. I don't really understand the strategy. Maybe there's a shuttle around and I just don't see it. But it looks like just plain Reavers to me. Slow Reavers. Going to crawl out and try to defend, I guess. It's like Yellow is going to have to take out Map Artifact if he wants to think about going up there. I'm not sure if he was really paying attention, but he's going to soon enough. He's coming in for another drop here, I believe, if this isn't just a scout. I don't think it is, though. I think he has a couple lurkers in here. There's one lurker dropping. So that lurker is going to get a lot done. Another lurker sneaking in. But there is finally an observer in the area, so these lurker drops aren't going to get much done. Unless he can come in from another side. That lurker goes down pretty easily. So the Rock finally has observers flying around the map. That's going to help him a lot. But the Rock really needs to expand here. He's stuck at 2 bases, and his main is pretty much not mining anymore. He's almost mined out of his main. So he's going to need to pick up another base very, very soon.